Hmm. KYL is not taking up so much. Poop is taking up quite a bit, but still in his first hex. That comes out of doing the air blast rush, I guess. Interesting use of junctions. Kind of wasteful of resources in some cases, but if you're careful about it, it's fine. And let's see. We have quite a lot of power, though, I guess, with so many air blasts you're using it. And there's a decent chance that he is ahead. Having the polys out does change things there. So he's gone directly for polys. Somewhat directly. He's got a lot of silicon, but not much graph. Whereas graphite, Poop has a lot of everything, and KYL is still refusing to tech up. And the scrap layer isn't really doing much. And Blackbird has made a 4-diff differential generator and quite a bit of meta at a glass. You really want 1 or 2 more of these at this point. You don't want to be wasting time making more meta before you have any growth. You've got 1 on each of these, so I guess you have about 1.5, but more just over 1, I think it is. Goes into one of these. Or about 1. No, it would be actually slightly less than 1. That's gonna run the graphite dry. Almost certainly. What is that? I think it might be more poly. Is that Nova or Mace? Is it Pulsar? Is it gonna spit out Pulsars or? Huh. Okay. Those look like both. Yeah, those are both Nova, so it'll spit out some Pulsars, and I'm presuming that that's more poly. So it might be Horizons. Horizons are good tactically, but easy to defend. At lower levels, they're very good though. And there's a 10-minute mark. Um, so from the looks of things, Poop is going for a very early mace, but I guess that makes sense when Blackbird is beelining directly for him. It's not something you usually see at lead or even Titan levels, titanium levels, but okay. There's very bad ratios there entering that. It's unnecessary. Actually, there's not really any water in this hex, is there? Oh, maybe that's why they did the really early air blasts. Going for really early air blasts is pretty good when you have no water, because you only need to use 1 water extractor and you can get quite a lot of eco out of it. Economy. But KYL is still not that's got enough. Huh. That's got enough coal, surprisingly. That definitely doesn't. But, oh well. Some laser drills. And other than that, some plastanium. That's good. Teched up the most, despite not having even a single air blast drill. Intriguing. And there's Pulsar's heading for that core. Is he going to notice? I'm thinking no. And Blackbird has failed to micro them to actually click on the core. And the Poop is now playing aggressively against KYL. That is a very, very bad idea. You really need to be going against the strongest player, who is, in this case, by far Blackbird. Both of these two should be teaming up on Blackbird because Blackbird is so far ahead. And then they might have considerable eco and they'd have a good battle in a 2v1 there. As it stands, if these two decide to fight, they will both lose very hard to Blackbird. So Blackbird appears to be being left alone, which is not good for the other two. That being said, Blackbird is also refusing to tech. Blackbird is also refusing to tech up. Wow. Plus Stadium is good, but I guess you don't need more than that if you maximize your overdrives. But yeah, that should be going into the core. That should 100% be going to the core. You should not have any of that there. You should reroute that around and save. Or you can waste 30 plus stadium on a single Titan drill. Stadium drill, that's fine too. Let's do that. That sounds like a far better idea than what I had mentioned before. Let's do that. We have some flares going up. I feel like that's an excessive amount of flares, but if they're being helpful, then sure. Yeah, you're not using these ones, see. Okay. If you're not using the other ones, then maybe you should leave them alone, and that is a problem. Shock mines should be coming out. And that core's gone. Yep. So, whilst that seems good for Poop, that has pretty much doomed him. That is actually a very bad thing. It seems like, yay, he's gotten, that's not true. That's very much not true. If you look at the length of this is going straight to Poop. But, yeah, Poop was definitely wrong to make maces. Well, he wasn't wrong to make maces. Maces was definitely the right play, I think. But they really needed to be sent up into this. Because now he's just losing. Yeah. Yeah. So KYL has died, which means that now it's between Poop and KYL. Time to claim his winnings. That needs to be micro. Get the maces closer. Bad micro. Okay. But yeah, that's the game. Now it's just gonna be Blackbird cleaning up. Huh. Cool. Rushes like this typically aren't very good in free-for-all games. But I think if you're not too concerned, if you think that you can beat the other two, then yeah, go for it. Because rushes, they take up a lot of your eco for more of their eco, generally. If you get a successful rush, then it just basically slows you both down. So, yeah. It slows you both down, but it slows them down more, and therefore you're on top. But with free-for-all, it slows you both down, it slows them down more, but it doesn't slow down this person over here. So you end up losing. You both end up losing. It gets you killed second instead of first, which is not good. Anyway, I think Poop has a good chance of bringing that back, but is in the long run. Yeah, Blackbird has maces out too. Not using his flares for anything. There's so many targets. You could go for this. Probably go for this even. You could go for that. A lot of targets that you could be going for with the flares there. But it's just sort of not. But if it's that far ahead in eco, maybe just, if you think it's too risky, then just let it be. Anyway, he accidentally took the polys there, so I'm presuming that he's going to take them out. Yep. Might be worthwhile leaving one or two in, actually, just to provide some regen. And it would definitely be worthwhile putting those flares over the... Oh, they're already over pulsars, never mind. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's just over. Just fully over. Poor Jake is scrap doing scrap things. Doing well for a scrap. Considering these are lead players. KYL is probably lead tier. If he played more, then he would get lead tier, but I don't know how many lead tiers he could beat. And yeah, that's GG. The game lasted 18 minutes in total. Yeah.